Howdy everyone, this is Mop, this is the Diamond Society, and welcome back to episode number 114. We are standing here at the dock. We worked over here in last episode. Everything is looking pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and put that back on, and boom, there we go. So, we worked over here in last episode. Everything is looking pretty great, I think. We've got this watchtower here. We've got some greenery going on, filling up that area. And we redid the wall here, or at least we put in the wall to begin with. And we redid this area with the chicken farm and the fish farm. So everything there, pretty awesome. This thing's actually been working pretty well, even though we only have just a few chickens in there. We did this watchtower as well. That's all looking pretty good. We're not going to go all the way up, but as you can see, it's pretty much the same all the way through each layer. These vines have all grown out, by the way, so that's a little uncontrolled now. Kind of works though. Anyway, we've been doing a little bit of work in between episodes, and we've started bricking off a new area. So we're not actually going to be working over here today. However, we've got it planned out. It's looking a little bit too square. I think I like right now how I have this building planned. If it were just a little bit longer, maybe we'll still have to do some modifications to that, because I'm not totally sure. This might be a little bit too square now that I'm looking at it. So yeah, we might have to do something with that. But anyway, we blocked this out. We'll have a building here, and then this path now goes over here. Built up the wall, did that thing, which was just a big pile of dirt before, and then this comes back here, same dealio, and then comes right on up here over to where the houses are, where the neighborhood is. And these are now stairs going up, and we've got a flat one here, and we've got half slabs going up to that house. So adding in some variance, which is pretty cool. We could probably add a stone brick stair somewhere in the mix there to break up that cobblestone. But overall, it's looking pretty good. I really like how this works, and we'll probably add some more houses over here at some point. We'll also add a bunch of greenery, and then we'll start building down there too. It's going to be fantastic. We've got a lot planned. There's so much to do, which is why I've been doing a lot of work in between episodes, because like I said, there is so much to do, and so I just want to use as much of my time as possible for this. So, but anyway, we're not going to be working over here today. Let's head over to Mottlantis. We've got something planned over there. And we are over here. I brought over the shulker boxes. We have loads of stuff here. We have some building to do. So, let's go ahead and let's pop out with all of those blocks. It's time to finally work on the rest of this building. The last build that we did over here, which I think was two episodes ago. Anyway, we're going to start building up everything that goes over it. We're going to have a roof and everything. It's going to be fantastic. We're finally going to have a very much complete structure. The insides aren't going to be complete by any means, but the rest of the building, well, a building, because right now it's kind of just a platform on some legs. Let's go ahead and get started on that. There's a lot that's going to be done. And as we're starting the walls here, I'm noticing that we're going to need a whole lot more clay or terracotta. There is a lot that's going to be needed. So we had just enough basically to do the outline of what we want for the upper half here. However, when we kind of up to the inside, we have a gap right here, and I'm actually going to fill that with the same block as well. So yeah, we are going to need quite a bit more. This corner will be filled with it as well, so it'll be kind of like a structural block on the inside. But we don't really have any clay right now. I had almost a full double chest, and I've actually used pretty much all of it between this build and previous builds. So we're going to have to go get more, which is unfortunate because it is somewhat hard to find. Although, at least what we've done so far is looking pretty good, I think. I think when I did this originally in my test world and I had planned out a few of these panels, it was the dark gray concrete, not the cyan terracotta. And dark gray concrete would have been much easier to get, so probably should have double checked that one. But whatever, we'll go and we'll get as many resources as we possibly can. This project is going to be big. We knew we were going to need some resources coming into it. But yeah, like I said, so far it's coming along well. We have the basic shape of this thing done. Now there's still going to be like that nice roof that's going to go over it, and that's going to be quite a bit of work, I think. We'll see on that one, but we are not done with these yet. So these side panels are actually going to still have blocks breaking them up. It's not just going to be solid prismarine, and we have those blocks if we come down into our little storage unit. Boom. And they are going to be not in there, in here. So the cyan concrete and the lime concrete, I think, are going to look pretty good up there. I think it'll mix up the prismarine blocks pretty well. It's the same blocks that we've used down here, so hopefully having that continuity will work in our favor. So yeah, should be pretty good. We got the white glass in there as well, sticking with that theme. Everything is looking pretty good. The only real new-ish block that we've introduced now is the nether brick, and we already had the nether brick fences down here. So it's not really that new, but we're kind of using it as a little bit more of a main block up here. So there will be more of each of these blocks, but right now we're going to have to figure out just what we're going to do about that clay. I feel like I should have the Jurassic Park theme song playing as I'm flying in here. This looks super cool. I think we've got the walls done up, the second layer of the wall at least done up, and this is like the start of the roof here. So it starts to close in. We've got those inverted stairs there, and if we come on the inside, you can see that it's doing the same thing underneath, but upside down. Pretty neat. We got it nice and smooth there. Flat walls going around. We might add some extra stuff there at some point, but we're really starting to get closed in now. You also notice that I did fly in, so that's new. I got one of these now. I also finally got a trident from killing a drowned. I think this is all of the enchantments you can put on it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not totally comfortable with using this thing. It feels like it just doesn't do that much damage. I mean, it supposedly only does 1 less damage than the sword, but I feel like it takes 2 to 3 extra hits with this thing. So, yeah, not totally sure how I feel about it. I mean, I can shoot one of those things like that. And then, there, it finally comes back to me. A little boomerang action there. I wonder what happens if I shoot it right up in the sky? Is it going to come back to me, or is it going to hit me? Ow. It does both. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we have one of those now. It's also not shining like all the other enchanted stuff, which is interesting. But those two things are neat. Let's focus on this, though. The walls, that's pretty cool. So we got more clay. Took me a long time to find clay, actually. I went around the server for a very long time, finally found a swamp, cleared out a bunch of clay, then turned around to realize I was right next to this thing. So, you know, that was some wasted time there. I probably should have just paid a little bit more attention to my surroundings from here. But anyway, the point is, it's all in now, and we got some dark prismarine up there too. We got the nether brick there with the cyan clay around it that basically is just dark gray. So all of these dark colors kind of converging together looks pretty neat. Over here, it just kind of collapses down toward the entrance here, and we just did that, and we got this little walkway out. This is going to be closed off as well when we do the last part of this. But everything, in my opinion, is looking pretty good so far. So yeah, it does just kind of converge right down. I think that's pretty cool to also have the beacon beams right there. And we are going to put a wall in front here, and then we're also going to put an actual roof on this thing. So it's really going to tie everything together. It might be quite a bit more supplies, but let's see how this goes. And so now we have a roof on it. It is mostly done. I say mostly. There is a roof. It does block the bottom of the building. However, it's not fully done per se because we still have a build yet to go up there, as it's probably clear. So we have this little like T shape up here. There will be at some point something up here. Not today. It's going to be quite big. So it will be a future project. However, I do just have a couple of cactus in here for the decoration for the time being. I apparently have run out of quartz slabs. That needs to go on top of there. I will have to take care of that. Anyway, this little T shape, I accidentally originally built it backwards. So the T was kind of facing this way toward the front entrance. And that's no bueno because where this hole is, we're going to have a water elevator. And that wouldn't work over here because it was right over the stairs. So mildly frustrating, but we built it all back the other way and everything's looking pretty good now. I think we got the white glass around the sides. So we still got plenty of normal light coming on in here from the sun. However, still some dark spots. There are no bats at the moment, but there were a lot of bats earlier. So we're still going to have to do something about the lighting in here, even though hostile mobs cannot spawn since it is an ocean monument. Thinking probably hanging almost like icicle type things from the ceiling. That could look pretty cool. I think it'll fit in really well having all these extra whites around here. And then we'll also put some extra lights along the ground over here because it's looking pretty dark. We do have light over here. I mean, that's coming from the eye, so that's pretty good. And over here, we're going to have the, what do you call it? The water elevator. So might be able to get some light out of there depending on just how we build it. But everything with the ceiling is looking pretty good. Ceiling slash roof, I guess. The front is a little bit flat, and maybe we could do a little bit more with that. But everything else I think is looking pretty cool. This is basically just a block. So, yeah, maybe something for there at the future. But small other details left to come that should basically make this place complete. It is quite insane from down here. Look at all those guardians that are falling into this chamber. That is absolutely ridiculous. If we hit F3 here and we get as close as we can, we have the E count over here. Over 40 for the most part, high 30s, low 40s. That's pretty ridiculous. I mean, keep in mind that some of those are just going to be items that are falling into the hoppers when the guardians die. but still, that is absolutely ridiculous. Guardians are just totally flooding in, which is crazy. I've noticed so many extra items here lately. I can't remember if we lit up some extra places in the area and we reduced the mob cap, or I know I've been on alone a lot recently, so there won't be mobs elsewhere in the world. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, coming on out here, the first thing you may have noticed is that up here we have these things now hanging from the ceilings. Those are supposed to be like icicle type things, and yeah, the colors fit in really well. That's looking pretty neat. They're just kind of random for the most part. Didn't want to put them over the glass. Just want to leave that pretty much open. It would kind of look like they're floating then too, which wouldn't really work. And here's our elevator with apparently a guardian in it. I didn't think they could spawn in the bubble streams, and I believe we actually have our things set really low. Now, where actually would that be? Not there. Let's change that to all. These are both bubble streams here. This one's going up and this one's coming down. And I didn't think a guardian could spawn in that. Come back here. Where are you? That's interesting. You're going to go down there. Goodbye. So, yeah, not sure actually what's going on with that. That is very interesting. But anyway, it just kind of slides right in here. We don't have a hole over here anymore now. We just have the top of the elevator. And this will be an actual room at some point too, once we start building that other thing up here. So this goes up, this goes down. Boom, right there. We actually don't take any damage if we just kind of slide right out. But if we stand there, then we do. Although, considering we have regen... Oh, that does a lot to the armor. Yikes, okay. We're not going to stand on there anymore, but for health-wise, apparently we won't actually take any damage because we have the regen. And at one point we had resistance, but I guess we don't anymore. So anyway, this is all looking pretty good. The other thing that we did is out here. This almost kind of looks like the top of a margarita glass with the salt. However, here we're using ice. We've got the packed ice around the rim like that, and just kind of up and down, make it look almost like a crown. And then I put regular ice on top of that. Originally, I wasn't going to do that. However, turns out mobs can spawn on packed ice. They cannot spawn on regular ice, so I did that for that. It also gives it kind of like a nice little blending feature. And then also having it be pretty much transparent. Translucent, I think, is the word for that. And then having the blue sky and the blue water behind it just kind of makes it look like it's just kind of like fading off, which is kind of cool. It almost looks like the ice is melting, which is interesting. But anyway, this has come very far in this episode. Hopefully, y'all have enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe for more. And I'll see y'all next time.